Arsenal are the Premier League champions 2025-26. You saw those pictures from last night. Absolutely incredible scenes. I spoke to an Arsenal fan actually this morning who was here last night. He said he's never seen anything like it. He'd been to Old Trafford, he'd been to White Hart Lane to see them watch to win the league, and now what he saw last night he'd never experienced before. And in amongst all these fans, what are the chances? Right, okay. Let Jay have a little word with us, if you don't mind, live on Sky Sports News. I bet you have. 22 long years.
22 years of waiting. I'm absolutely buzzing. Look at the atmosphere here in North London. My sons have got to see title winners. It's an amazing day for Arsenal Football Club.
There has been a lot of narrative about Arsenal throughout this season. They don't look great when they play. Do you think they care?
It didn't matter. It don't matter about how well we've played this year. It matters about getting the title, and we've got the title. Maybe we can get another one soon.
You say get another one soon. They're having an extraordinary season because they've won their first Premier League title for 22 years. The first time they've won it at the Emirates Stadium as well since they moved here. But they could have an historic season now, couldn't they, with the Champions League next Saturday?
I tell you what, yeah, if we can win the Champions League next Saturday, we'll be giving all of these players statues out here, because that will be an unbelievable achievement, the double. I questioned Mikel Arteta in the beginning, I can't even lie. I think a lot of people did, but, get him a statue. Get him a statue, because he's taken this club from where it was, toxic atmosphere in the club, and he's taken Arsenal now to win the title, and if we can win the Champions League, that's greatness, that's legendary status.
What do you think moving forward, how ominous this is for the rest of the league? Because the other clubs seem to have a transitional feel about them at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, people say that, you know, Man City, it's not the best Man City, it's not the best Liverpool, it's not the best, you know, Chelsea or whatever it may be, but at the end of the day, Arsenal have grown as a club. We've got good players in the door, we've got a great team spirit. Now we have to build on it and go and win the league next year.
Right, we're going to have a word with a few of the fans. You just gate crashed what I was about to do, Jay, but thank you very much indeed. Arsenal Premier League champions, 22 years in the waiting. Can you just put into words your emotions just now?
It just sounds great. I mean, we're Premier League champions. Mikel's got us over the line. Oh, the beers are out. It's amazing. Last night was incredible. We were down here for the parade. There was probably 100,000 people down here. It was incredible, electric. We're going to win the Champions League.
Do you share that confidence? Do you think it's going to be a historic season, not just an extraordinary one?
Yes, come on Arsenal, let's win the Champions League.
How about you? Premier League in the bag. What do you think this means for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal moving forward? Could this be a period of domination even?
Possibly, quite so. We've had a good few seasons in sense of progress. Now we've actually won a league. And personally for me, I'm a local, born and raised Arsenal fan, so this is like top
one of the narratives of the season. I'll just go on. What do you want to say?
They said we'll bottle it. Look at us now.
Well, the celebrations are clearly going to continue because on Sunday, the parade, not the parade, that's this Sunday is at Selhurst Park, of course, the coronation. They will lift the Premier League trophy for the first time in 22 years. And then it's a small matter of a Champions League final in Budapest next Saturday, and then the Sunday after that, it is a parade where all of these fans, in their hundreds of thousands, will get to celebrate with their team. Now I do know, I know you guys have got a more wait a second. I know you've got a more of an original song than just that Arsenal one. There's an anthem. It's a North London Forever, isn't it?
Everyone! North London Forever! Shh! Everyone! North London Forever! Whatever the weather, these streets are ours, and our hearts will leave you never. North London forever, run through the
As you can see, the
And we never saw Dharmesh again absorbed by the Arsenal fans. Dharmesh, if you can still hear me, I mean, the atmosphere and the excitement is clear. I don't think he can hear me. We will leave Dharmesh to enjoy that party and we'll return to the Emirates.
That was the reaction of the final whistle as the Arsenal players watched the game together at the club's training ground. Right, good morning, Charlie. For much of the season, you felt that Manchester City would end up getting over the line, and several of our guests on this show and people who text in and voice note in thought the same as well. So what's your reaction to Arsenal beating them to it?
Firstly, I think Man City, I thought, would overturn Arsenal because of what we'd seen in previous years. And we go back to what you said before, is patience something that needs to happen more in football now? I think Mikel Arteta's proven that. What Arsenal have done this season, ultimately, they've finished top spot and they are Premier League champions. But we talk about, and we go back to the start of the season, maybe Mikel Arteta's found that edge that can prevent Man City from running away from it. And for the first 15 games, they certainly did. And everything was called set piece FC, all this narrative that was thrown at them. However, quite quickly did the rest of the Premier League try to catch on. Arsenal ultimately have been the best team in the Premier League this season. And they allowed Man City in the last 6 weeks or so, so it's been a nervy time. However, they have been arguably the best team in the league.
Well, will other clubs now show patience? Because 6 years is a long time for a club who are supposed to be winning the title to give a manager, but it's been worth it because he's done it.
Absolutely, and I think this goes to the point of you're looking at it with a patience, not to say patience as such, because Pep is 10 years, 20 trophies. But that's the longevity that he's been there. Mikel Arteta's now won the Premier League and he's finally got there. You're looking at the other clubs who are changing managers constantly. What do you expect? What do you expect when you don't bring success in, when you're constantly changing things? This will come down to an issue now will happen at Liverpool, but that may be a different kettle of fish when it comes to the style of play scenario. But you cannot take anything away from Mikel Arteta and them Arsenal players, because what they've managed to achieve this year, everybody outside of Arsenal expected Man City to go on and win the league when Arsenal started stuttering.
So, well, Arsenal did start stuttering, just like I've just done there, and everyone's calling them bottlers. Is that the end of that?
It has to be. They're Premier League champions. That word is gone. That can't be thrown at Arsenal anymore. For 37 games, because it's obviously still one. At 37 games, they've got enough points on the board not to be caught. So the bottler shout has definitely got to go. I said last week I was on there eating a slice of humble pie, but I think today I'm eating the whole lot. And I think this is credit to Arsenal and their whole team and the players and everybody connected to the club, and especially the fans, because ultimately they've been at the end of every joke, every saying, bottlers, not going to do this, always the bride, etc., etc.
Bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid, sorry. Bridesmaid, sorry.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, but you know, always this. But now they've done it. They've got their hands on the trophy, and Arsenal are Premier League champions.
Is it the start of something special then for Arsenal? Because I remember one of the best reactions we've had from viewers on this show was back in December when Darren McAntony threw in there that if Arsenal win it this season, they will dominate for years to come. And it got a great reaction from the viewers having their say on that. Is he right? Will it be the start of something special?
When you asked me this earlier, when we was just off air, I thought, no, of course it's not. And then when you actually think about it, Man City are going to be on a rebuild, not a rebuild because the team that Pep Guardiola potentially is going to leave there, but manager coming in have got to get his style of play into them players. The other teams are nowhere near Man City and Arsenal, and Man City are still off Arsenal. So for Arsenal, it looks very exciting for the next few years. For football and the Premier League, I hope not. However, this season has been refreshing with Arsenal winning the league and it not just being Man City, Man City, Man City.
So where does this Arsenal team rank amongst previous Premier League champions?
They're in the conversation. They're in the top 5. Top 5, top 10 of it, but then you compare them to Liverpool's team of last year. How many get into Liverpool's team of last year that had won? Are they as good as the Arsenal Centurions? No.
Invincibles,
Invincibles,
yeah.
no. Man City's Centurions, no. Then you look back at 04-05 of Chelsea.
Man U's treble.
There's been some phenomenal teams that have managed to win it. So you've got to, but however, you can't just pass over the quality that Arsenal have in their side.
Yeah, well, especially when you look at how great their defence has been, and Sir Alex Ferguson used to famously say attacks win games.
Yeah, but we talk about that,
and
we talk about that, right? We talked about, I think it may have been around December, January, it might have been later, or even before that, when we talked about Arsenal's defence and how good they were, and can they beat Chelsea's record of only 15 goals in that season. That was phenomenal, and that will never be broken. The 15 goals conceded in a season from Chelsea in that
yes.
and we had Arsenal was on course of that. They might run it close, but they didn't, and that just shows how good the Premier League has been from now all the way back then.
So we've just praised Arsenal's defence. However, would you like to see them be more expansive next season now that they've got this one over the line?
Absolutely. I'd love when Arsenal fans come on, we ask this question. Yes, you've got over the line. You found a way to get over the line at the end. Could you watch another year of that? I guess the honest answer will be yes if it brings trophies, but they're not a team that gets you off your seat when you're watching Arsenal. They're not. They're not an exciting team to get you off your feet. However, like I said, Mikel Arteta's found a way, and then players have, to win the Premier League, and they have done it, and no one will take that away from them.
Very quick quiz question before we go live to Arsenal. Arteta is the second youngest manager to win the Premier League. Who was the youngest? Ooh. It's quite hard. I didn't get this morning, I must admit.
Kenny Dalglish? No.
He's never won the Premier League. Oh, yeah, of course he could have won the Premier League. No, he wasn't the youngest.
So it's Ferguson?
No.
Wenger?
You're running out?
I am, yeah, I'm running out. Go on.
Jose Mourinho was the youngest when he first won it at Chelsea. He was younger than Mikel Arteta. That's surprising.
Really? Yeah, he didn't even come up. I thought we had to go all the way back to Kenny Dalglish at Blackburn. No, I didn't. That's incredible, that really is.
Yeah. OK, I don't think I'll live down saying that Dalglish never won the
No,
title.
I did
quickly correct myself, which I'm quite good at correcting myself very quickly. Right, let's go live to the Emirates, as promised, and join our reporter, Jamie Weir. Right, Jamie, we know it's clearly a night of celebrations for those Arsenal players who were seen at the Emirates and in daylight this morning as well, so they really did have a good night.
They really did. I'll just first of all say, Tom, you surprised me with that pub quiz question as well. I didn't realise that Jose Mourinho was younger than Mikel Arteta was. But there you go. Yeah, as you said, Arsenal players and fans alike enjoying the celebrations. And around 5 a.m. this morning, a few Arsenal players were seen here at the Emirates. The party, unsurprisingly, perhaps led by Declan Rice, who has been their player this season, you would have to say. Alongside him, the likes of Eberechi Eze, Jurriën Timber here as well, Bukayo Saka, enjoying it amongst the Arsenal fans who were still partying here into the wee small hours. And well they might, because as Charlie's just been saying, you know, there's been so many question marks over their character in recent weeks and months, in recent seasons, those agonising near misses, but they got it over the finishing line just about this time. It wasn't pretty at times. It wasn't the free-flowing, easy in the eye football that we saw from Arsene Wenger's Arsenal all those years ago. But hats off to Mikel Arteta. He realised that the Premier League has changed these days, that you need to grind out these wins, target set pieces, grind out 1-0 wins, and they've done that in recent weeks, and they're absolutely deserving champions. Yeah, those Arsenal players who are here partying at 5 o'clock this morning, I'm not sure if they're still partying in the concourses of the Emirates Stadium. They've got a very important European Cup final to think about soon, but for today, they'll enjoy the celebrations. Yeah, rightly so. An incredible scene as well from the fans as well. First title in 22 years, why not? Absolutely, Tom, you're right. And the clean-up operation has been underway. We got here about 7 o'clock this morning. There's been a clean-up operation underway ever since then. And I think they've just got it looking ship-shape again. But yeah, you could tell there'd been a big party here last night. Bottles everywhere. Bottle has been a word used a lot with Arsenal in recent weeks, hasn't it? Well, there's been a lot of empty beer and champagne bottles even lying around at the Emirates this morning. The fans fully enjoyed that party. As you said, 22 years. It's a long time to wait. The first time ever here at the Emirates, they can call themselves champions of England as well, and a few bleary-eyed Arsenal fans making their way down to the Emirates now, determined to carry on that party. As I said, thoughts will very quickly turn to whether they become only the 4th English side to do the Premier League and Champions League double, but for now they're going to enjoy the party. And as Charlie's just been saying, the question mark will be whether this can be now the start of a dynasty, whether having finally got this monkey off their back, whether this Arsenal side under Mikel Arteta can go on to do what Manchester City have done under Pep Guardiola and win more and more trophies, going to tear in these coming years. But they're certainly enjoying the party for now. The club shop over my left shoulder here opened around about 9 o'clock this morning. There are fans streaming in there to get their Champions 25, 26 t-shirts and proudly coming out clutching those. A few people with replica Premier League trophies as well. So I think they're going to enjoy this one for a long time. The party will carry on today. It will carry on at Selhurst Park on Sunday when they finally lift that trophy, and it will carry on in Budapest next week as well, no doubt.
Yeah.